Hello everybody, SoCal Thero here, welcome back to another episode of Car Mechanic Simulator. Today we are going to work on kind of a special car. You guys will see it in the thumbnail, so you'll know right away based on your observation in the thumbnail. But as you can see, I have a car kind of tucked away back there, and then I have this truck up here. So I have a lot more mods that I was able to find in the junkyard and in the barn that we'll be checking out for this game in future episodes here. I'm pretty sure you can... Oh, here. Can't guess what it is based on looking at it. I'll give you that hint right there. If you're a fan of them, you probably all know just off that. But anyways, you can come inside here. This is another one we're going to work on eventually. This is a barn find, so that's why it is in immaculate condition. And I pretty much just buffed up the body and replaced the glass, and everything was fine on it. And of course, more than I can afford, if you know that reference.
More than you can afford, pal. Ferrari.
But today we're working on this. It is a Dodge Caravan, but it's a SRT. It's a Demon, but it's called a Hell Karen, which it's got the Karen haircut for the... I can't get over this. It's just too great. I love this mod. I cannot wait to drive this thing. But I'm gonna open up the hood here so you can see the entire interior of the, or engine bay rather, not interior, is well, the interior too is already done on this vehicle, so it's good to go. So we're gonna be mostly doing suspension work on it today, just because the last video I recorded, I already did a supercharged V8, and that was in the DeLorean, so probably won't be too much of a difference. Well, actually, it'll be a difference in the power, but it won't be too much of a difference as far as parts are concerned. And as you can see from the shininess under there, it's oops, I don't have any fuel tanks. It is souped up, so yeah, we're gonna have a very fast van here. I cannot wait to try this thing out and see what kind of power we put down. And with that being said, with all of that as well, let's go ahead and buy a few gas tanks because we got a lot of cars to fix up. There we go, 20 cars. With that as well, I am going to be, I'm going to be taking some frame hits here again. I don't know why. Every now and then, this game just decides it's going to fall apart with frames, regardless if I'm recording or if I'm not recording. It's got to be a setting that I don't have set up right. You guys can let me know in the comments below, the ones that, the guys here that do play this game and maybe came across this, if you know what it might be that's causing this issue for me. So we're going to be putting this thing together right now. We have restored all the parts that I could. Obviously, after just doing that one, you can see I'm missing some of the parts on it. There we go, drive shaft. I don't think it had an exhaust system when I got it. This car was in the junkyard, and I just, as soon as I saw it, I was like, no way, I gotta pick that up. There's just, you can't say no to that. Whoops. So that's the reason why I'm working on it here today for you. So I hope you guys do enjoy it though. It's a nice change of pace instead of some sort of like, well, the Ferrari over there, like a sports car or some supercar or anything like that. I figured it'd be cool to get a little kick out of doing something that's going to be really fast, but at the same time is like your typical grocery getter car. Seem to be missing a lot of the suspension back here, which is fine. I can buy it. I finally sold all of my... Oops, I'm missing some rubber bushings. I finally sold all of the parts that I had that were just lying around that were... Oh, maybe not those rubber bushings, these ones here. But the parts that are damaged and I'm not going to be using, because I'm not going to do the whole thing I did with the Evo 10 with the value of... Whoops. The value being at 3 stars for the car, because that took a long time, and frankly that was a lot of grinding that in the end I don't feel was rewarding. Although if I did sell the car, it definitely would be rewarding. I can tell already that it would pull more money than the typical car would if you sold it. But 9 times out of 10 I'm usually not... Whoops, I'm trying to get to my shopping list. There we go. 9 times out of 10, I'm usually not selling the modded cars just because, oops, almost bought that and didn't need it. I like to keep the modded cars until they break my game, obviously, and then I gotta sell them. But I like to keep them just to kind of go back and reflect on them a little bit. And who knows, maybe like in the Car Mechanic Simulator 18, I know a lot of you guys did enjoy checking out my garage and seeing all the different vehicles I had in my collection. And I'll probably do the same thing with this as well. Do those. I did not buy those, so I'll have to buy those. Go ahead and get... Oh, I need the performance parts. But yeah, I figured we'd do something a little different and work on suspension today just because it seems like I'm always... Oops. I'm always working on engines for you guys, which is kind of the purpose of doing that is in case somebody comes to this channel one day and they're just like, I don't know how to take this engine apart or put it together or whatnot, so I have it here ready to go for them in case they want to check it out. And I think I have the wheels and tires already done here. Got race tires on here too, so I don't know how grippy this thing's gonna be when it's going down the road. These are the wheels that came with the vehicle, with the mod. It's just default wheels in the game. The only changes I made is, of course, you guys know me, with wheel color choice, I made them black. They already come black, but they're have like a little chrome lip around the spokes, which I thought looked okay. It kind of felt like more of the Dodge Mopar look, as it like something that they would do, but I decided to just make it all black instead. Alright, so we gotta put this on. Yeah, I don't know if it's like ray tracing or what, but man, this game will just bog down sometimes. I really need to look into that and see what it could be and get a solution for it. Alright, and then I need that one. Suspension. What is that? That's a solid... No, it's not that. There it is. Rear suspension arm. When in doubt, look for the shape. Looks like I'm running out of rubber bushings too, which I'm not surprised. This car takes a ton of them. When you have to work on a rear end like this, wow, that could use a reword too. When you gotta work on a car like this that has this rear end setup, it really eats your bushings just because of how many you have to put in there, and then for each one of the brackets that's attaching to the hub too. So it makes sense. I definitely need to pick up a few side jobs, not just for the extra money, but it would be nice to get rid of some of these brake discs that I'm not using, because it seems like in this game you can refurbish and fix any brake disc that you come across. Like you can just turn your you can rotate or turn your rotors. God, I can't talk. I don't know why. So I seem to be starting a collection of them. Oh yeah, I definitely need to get bushings after this, because there's my last one. And I'll need... Yep. How did I know? I know. How does he do it? How does he know? Alright. And maybe one day I'll stop doing that, like I'm working on the engine. Alright, let's do that. And rubber bushings. Can I... Nope, I can't type it. Okay. Well, looks like I'm cycling through it here. So I should be good a little while for rubber bushings again. And yep, have the absorb. Go. Get the steering in there. That I know I don't have. Which I'm hoping it's A, but it's probably B. Oh, nope, it was A. Got lucky. I think B goes on the more classic cars, the ones that usually use an overhead valve for the majority of its setup. Just gonna get a few of these. These are wear and tear items that always are needed anyway, so I might as well pick them up while I'm in here. So we're making really good progress on this thing. We got... Man, I have so many brake discs. What the hell? Even performance ones. I don't know why I have that many too. Oh, I am missing a brake caliper. I'll have to get that. And I have to get those too. 2 more of those. Must have broke one when I was working on it. There we go. Bushings on this side, and then it's just gonna be the exhaust system, I think, and this thing should be all good to go. And if I remember correctly, I did all the fluids already too, so you guys don't have to watch that. I know that can get kind of boring and repetitive. I mean, as cool as it is that they add that feature, I know as a viewer, I would be like, yeah, it was great the first time I saw it, but I don't need to see it every time that you restore a car, Thero. So I get you. I like to change it up, and if you do like watching that, don't worry, I won't forget you. I'll add them every now and then too. I like to mix it up. That's why you'll see me work on an engine on one episode, and then another episode I'll be working on the suspension like this. Go, and brake calipers are, oops, are done, and there we go. Wheel. Final wheel. So we should be down to just the exhaust system, which I'm hoping that comes complete with mods as far as tune-up goes. Which it looks like it does. Oh, there's a B and an A. I hope that's okay. Nope, that's for both. That looks like a middle muffler. So I'm gonna just take a guess here. We're gonna guess that's middle muffler. Although, why wouldn't it have a catalytic converter? This is definitely a car that would have one, but oh well. Maybe the creator didn't want it. And even if it's wrong, I can always use middle mufflers. That, I'm not sure what that is. This is definitely a first. Four-cylinder. Interesting. Oh, that's probably just so it exits out the back correctly. Alright. So we're at 100% for everything here. So that's not too shabby. Let's go ahead and take a look at our finances here on this car. So I bought it, like I said, I bought it in the junkyard. I did, right? The junkyard? Yeah, I bought it in the junkyard. I bought it for $6,899. Yeah, that's definitely junkyard prices. I can sell it for $81,833. Again, I'm not going to sell it just because I like keeping the modded cars. And I would make $74,934 off of this car. That's insane. Let's go ahead and, oh, we're going to cheat it here. We're going to go ahead and move it to the test path. And we're going to do the alignment on it, and we're going to go ahead and get the headlights adjusted. Paint-wise, this thing was already painted black, so I'm just going to leave it the same. The only difference is I did add the livery for the Hell Karen. I couldn't help myself. That was too cool. But this car was originally black when I picked it up. So that's the reason why we're not going to be painting it today. Definitely curious to see what kind of dyno numbers it's going to run, though. Being a van. Whoa. See, there it goes again. My game just all over the place. Man, this thing sits low. Look at that. Just tucked in there. Just dumping this van to the ground. My God. There's no suspension mods or anything that you can, like, do for, like, tune-up and whatnot. So that is... Wow. Okay. Where's dyno? There it is. I don't come to the dyno enough to remember anymore. Let's take a look at the gearbox here. Yeah, it only has 5. We'll crank this up just a little bit, and we'll go to a 6. And we'll apply that. There we go. Go ahead and run it on the dyno. Yep. So factory power is 707 horsepower out of this van. Let's see how it does. Sounds good. It's not much slower than the DeLorean that we did that was supercharged. The DeLorean, if I remember right, was about 1,400 horsepower. This one's at 1,363, so we're gonna go take this thing out and see if I can actually drive the thing, because I think you need racing slicks for this much power under it. Let's go ahead and sit inside here so you guys can check it out. Looks pretty good. Got it all set up. This is all the standard stuff that it wants you to put in the car. We'll start it up. Dials work. This is if I had to drive a minivan, this is definitely the minivan I want. Granted, I want to put the Hell Karen on the side of it, but still, this thing would be pretty cool to have. This thing is awesome. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab the controller because I have this bad feeling I'm not going to be able to control this thing. Oh yeah, tire roasting. Window tint's a little dark that I put on it, but that's okay. Alright, full foot. Oh, that 6th gear really lags. Oh, look at the speed though. Top speed's climbing. Oh my god. Oh my god. How fast does it go? Oh, it still had room and we're so dead. We're so dead. 271 miles per hour in a minivan. In a minivan. This is one fast mom. Alright, we're gonna do one more pass, but we're gonna just put the... Whoops. We're just gonna put our foot into it here. Just roasting tires. Yep, there it goes. Broke loose. Oh man, that is such a cool car. I knew I was gonna enjoy this mod. It's so unique and different, and it's so funny at the same time, being that it's a minivan. You wouldn't think it was a fast vehicle, and then all of a sudden it rolls up on you, and it's just absolutely obliterating people with that kind of top speed. You're definitely gonna be hurting if you get in an accident going that fast in that thing. But yeah, it's such a cool mod. It's such a cool looking car too for being a minivan. I never thought I would like a minivan based on horsepower and looks. I don't discriminate against minivans. I actually prefer a minivan over an SUV just because of the practicality and the cost of it. Just coming from the car dealership world, it makes more sense for families to own a minivan than a. Does the door work? I guess it doesn't work. Whoa, that works though. But yeah, from a cost perspective, it makes more sense to buy a minivan if you really want to save money, unless you need the status quo of an SUV. But man, this thing is pretty slick. I even like the body lines on it with this lip kit on it and the wide body. It looks pretty badass. But anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this episode of Car Mechanic Simulator. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this thing. And until next time, take care.